Hello out there, yogi friends. Welcome to your yoga session. My name is Crystal from Power Moves Yoga. I guide you today through complete breath to get started. So go ahead and find a comfortable seat, or if it's relaxing to you, you can even lay down and do this one. Find your comfortable position and then take your hands and place them on your hips so that your palms are on your hip points and your fingertips cross over your low belly. And soften your gaze. Relax the muscles of your face. Notice your natural breath, its pace, what rises on your inhale and exhale. And focus a breath in to expand along your palms and over your fingertips. Exhale, relax softly. When you breathe in to adjust your hands, relax around your chest. Direct the energy of your breath just into your hands. You see throughout the day, breath becomes shortened and shallow, often locked up in the thoracic area, in your chest and shoulders. A complete breath starts from deep down below. You often neglect the power of the breath within the stomach. And take your hands, we'll slide them up to your floating ribs, or just above your navel. And you start your inhale from down below. Let it rise up and expand to your hands. Pause. Trace your breath back downward. Inhale, begin at the base of your spine. Wave upward into your hands. Pause. Trace your breath back down to the ground. This is the second part of a complete breath. And keep your shoulders and chest relaxed as you breathe into your hips and into your ribs. And add in that third point, and press your hands on your chest so that your fingers touch your clavicle bones. And start your breath from down below. Expand in your belly, on up to your ribs, fill up into your chest, find that extra sip of air. Exhale softly and trace your breath back down your spine, all the way back into your pelvis. Now this is your complete breath. And try to use that throughout the next few postures. Release your hands and take 3 more complete breaths. Just feeling that wave of energy flow up and down your spine. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale your hands to your heart center and take a moment to dedicate the power behind your practice. For me, a complete breath allows me to take a moment to respond instead of going with an immediate reaction. Finding a complete breath allows you the opportunity to get in front of the emotion and respond with kindness and compassion. Make your way to tabletop. Your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees at distance. And breathe in, cow pose, arch your back, lift your collarbone. Exhale, cat pose, trace your breath back down your spine, empty out completely. Inhale, cow. Exhale. One more each way. Follow the rhythm of your breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. Settle your heels. Add in any movement that helps wake up the back of your legs. And find a still down dog. Rest your heels. Lift your chest. Exhale, Malasana, the top of your space. And step your feet wider than your hands. Go ahead and squat down and rock side to side. You can add in any movement with your arms that just feel good in your body. Kind of wake up and open your inner thighs. Release tension off your lower back. Exhale, ragdoll pose. Leave your feet the width they are, and surrender your upper body over your legs. Let your head hang heavy, your shoulders relax. Anything that bothers you during the day, just roll right off here. And bring your feet a bit closer together. And now slowly rise. Head to mountain pose. And reach up over high. And tall through your spine. And the softness and ease around your gaze. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, pick up the chest. Exhale, plank pose. And pause here. Point your elbows to the back of your mat. And scoop in your low belly. Now bring your chin in towards your throat to lengthen the back of your neck. Inhale, hinge your shoulders past your fingertips. Use your knees for support and lower all the way down to the ground. Inhale, cobra pose. And leverage off the tops of your feet. And lighten the load under your hands. And feel some strength in your upper back. And then pull in your belly for support. Exhale, downward facing dog. Use your knees for support to lift on up. Now pick up your right leg. Just for this first time around, open your hip, add some movement. And square your hips to center. Exhale, low lunge. Now, wiggle your front foot forward enough that the pressure is under your heel. Bring your hands to your thigh. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Now back up on the lunge. I'm going to tuck your hips under and then soften forward. Now grip into your front foot to hold your knees centered over your ankle. Now here's the trick. We just added in a bunch of movement. More than likely your breath has faded or locked back up into the chest area. Just soften around your shoulders. Find your complete breath here. Your inhale starts at your hips, rises to your ribs, then your chest. And trace your breath back downward. And hold here. Inhale, reach your right arm up. And followed by the other. And breathe in the length through your sides. Exhale, plank pose. Lower all the way down to the mat. Use your knees for support if you need to. And reach your left arm out to the side. Inhale, scorpion pose. Your left arm reaches out to the side. Your right foot flips over. Rest your cheek on the mat. Rest your shoulders. Find your complete breath. Open up across your chest. Take your time, come on back to center. And use your knees for support. And press up to downward facing dog. Rest your heels to the ground. Send your chest towards your thighs. Inhale, lift your left leg. And take the time to open up your hip. And a movement that feels good. And square to center. Exhale, low lunge. Wiggle your front foot forward. So there's lightness under the toes, the pressure's under the heel. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. First, take both hands to your thigh, and then back off on the lunge. Tuck your hips under just slightly, and then trust some weight forward. Settle in and find your complete breath. Inhale, reach one hand at a time. Reach up overhead. And find length from the front of the hip now through your sides. So natural lift in your chest and chin. The soft gaze. Exhale, plank pose. Your time to lower down to the mat. Use your knees for support. Your elbows at your side. Inhale, reach your left arm off to the side. Inhale, scorpion pose, flip over. You want to have your palm to face the ground. It helps open up across your shoulder and chest. Take deep breaths. Inhale to center. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take your time to rise. And breathe in, lift up your right leg. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high crescent pose. Your back heel stays off the ground. Just taking that Anjaneyasana pose and now doing the standing version of that. And tuck your hips under. Breathe in, lengthen your sides. As your arms come close to your ears, draw your bottom ribs down. Find your complete breath. As you inhale, expand the lower belly, and rise to the ribs and to the chest. And we're headed into a balance pose. Grip into your front foot firmly. Inhale, Dirghasana. And fly your arms out to the side. And scoop in the low belly. Now strengthen the stomach and in the upper back to comfort the chest. So reach for the ground. Inhale, standing split. And kick energy through your floating foot. Draw your forehead close to you. Exhale, half forward fish. And send your floating knee behind your heel. Have a seat. Want to anchor both sit bones down to the ground. And hey, if this doesn't feel quite right on your hips or knees, you can take your bottom leg and straighten it out. We're headed to half forward of the fish. Find your comfortable position. Inhale, reach your right arm up overhead. And exhale, twist. You're going to cross your elbow over your knee or your thigh. I actually have to use my opposite hand to find the deepest twist and sit up nice and tall. Now, can you get your hand to your chest? And your opposite hand is an extension of your spine for support. Within your twist, you're going to find that complete breath. It's tempting to want to hold your breath. Gently unwind. So see where your top foot is, that's where your hands are going to go. And flip around. It looks harder than it actually is, but leave your hands there. Push off the ground and then walk over to the other side. Your feet stay in the same spot. And then set up your position. Any adjustments as needed. And lift your left arm up overhead. Exhale, half forward of the fish and cross over. That could be a knee to elbow tap or cross your arm to your thigh. Just anchor both hip points into the ground to sit up tall and then gaze past your shoulder. time to unwind. We're headed to down dog. So you can leave your ankles crossed, but unwind your knees and reach forward and step your feet back. Inhale, lift your left foot up. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high crescent pose. And use your knee for support to rise. You want to float your back heel off the ground. Your front thigh bone goes back into the hip socket. Knee open up through your sides. Reach up overhead. This posture takes a lot of strength and stability. And once you find your strong stance, find your complete breath. When power starts at the ground, I'm going to grip through your front foot. Inhale, Dirghasana. And bend your elbows, fly your wings out to the side, and float. As your floating hip, draw towards the ground, send purpose through your back foot. Exhale, standing split, and your hands to the ground. It's okay to bend your knee to get there. But once you find that connection, take energy through your top leg. Exhale, half lotus fish. Bring your knee behind your heel and you have a seat. Find your points, or your sit point. Your hip points can be on the ground comfortably with a tall spine. Inhale, reach your right arm up and cross it over your thigh. Now, if you have the twist here and you would like to add on, there's a little bind that you can work towards. And hey, even if you don't go for the full bind today, it's still opening up some muscles around your shoulders and letting some tension go. So find that twist here and hold the tension between your arm and your leg, and then take your hand and see if you can maneuver it between your legs. There's this little opening here. I actually have to push my hand through to get it started. Now that is just taking the shoulder and moving. It doesn't get to do a lot throughout the day. I'll find a tall seat. To add on from there, your back hand can reach behind and see if you can get your fingers to touch. So without any props today, I can feel my fingers are just about to touch, but not quite. So I'll use my opposite hand to sit up tall. One more complete breath. And take your time to unwind. Your hands come to the opposite side. Use them to twist around. Your feet stay where they're at. Let's try it on the other side. So your hip points into the ground. Sit up tall. Go ahead and reach your arm up overhead. Cross over your thigh. Use your other hand for support to find that deepest twist. If you'd like to add on, I'm going to take your hand in between that little space of your legs. You can scooch through. It's tempting to want to bring the arm on the outside of the shin. I want to keep it crossed over the leg, and that'll help secure your bind. You can sit up tall here without too much strain with your back hand and see if you can touch your fingers. On this side, I have less tension, so the bind is a little bit more accessible. On the other side, it just wasn't ready for it today. Now listen to your body's needs. One more complete breath. Please take your time to release. Nice. We're headed into Pigeon Pose. So leave your ankles crossed, reach forward, or take downward facing dog. And breathe in, lift your right leg up. Exhale, pigeon, sweep your knee behind your wrist. I like to use my back toes to find your leg. And once you have your leg positioned, you now lift your chest up. And exhale, rest down. And come down to your belly. elbows, and your chest down to the ground. You want to find a point in your pigeon where there's a balance between effort and ease. So there'll be an opening in the outside of your glute, maybe the front of your hip if you're tight. Then you want to find the point where you can rest down and fill up with a complete breath. Start your inhale from your belly, let it rise to your ribs and chest, and trace your breath back down. And take about 3 to 5 more breaths here on your own. And slowly press into your hands. Some fresh circulation to your knee and hip. Any movement that feels good. And take pigeon on the other side. Start in down dog. Inhale, float your left foot. Exhale, squeeze your knee behind your wrist. And use your back toes finally. Lift up your chest as you breathe in. Exhale, rest down. And accommodate to any differences on the side. It might not be the exact same shape. Maybe you're going through the sensation that opens up the outside of your glute, as well as the front of your hip on the opposite leg. Surrender to a position you can find stillness and focus in on your complete breath. Inhale, rise. Gently press into your hands and take those same movements you did on the other side to bring in fresh circulation. Come on down to your knees. And sweep your feet in front of you for seated forward fold. And put some purpose through your toes. Inhale, reach up overhead. Gather supportive energy for your day. Exhale, fold. With each breath in, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold and relax. Inhale, rise. Now take that same position you started with at the very beginning of class. So whether that was an easy seat or you chose to lay down on your mat, go ahead and find that same position. Close your eyes and soften the tissue surrounding your eyes. Just take a moment to thank yourself for showing up to your mat today. And acknowledge any differences now versus when you first arrived. How are you physically different? Emotionally? Spiritually? And zone into your complete breath. Let take you inward for a few moments. A little bit of stillness at the end of your practice helps you absorb the benefits. Calm your nervous system. Reserve energy of patience and compassion for your day. And take your time to meet in a comfortable seat. As you breathe in, reach up overhead, gather supportive energy. Exhale your hands to your heart center. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's a privilege to be part of your yoga practice. Namaste.